see it? You are live. And here we are. Here we
You see,
are.
my room, it
The
looks such a.
matriarchs. The three matriarchs are right back at you like we never left. And so it's Charbay and
Yeah. Yep.
Salima in the house with Yahsinni. And we've got issues. The world's got
We got issues.
issues. Yeah, yeah. We're into talking about it and getting some things resolved. That's what we
Yeah.
do. That's what we do differently than
Yeah.
the rest of the people on YouTube. We're about resolving
Mhm.
issues, or at least let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's been going
Yes.
on. Let's talk about health. Let's talk about everything but politics. All right. And
All
so
right.
with my
No
sisters
problem.
in the house, with my two
That's
sisters
one
in the
tough
house,
one. No
I'm listening. Yeah, introduce yourself, Carbe. Introduce yourself. Tell them
Okay.
what you do. They already know,
I'm sure.
but still.
Yes. You already know what I do. I'm Charmaine. I used to be an art teacher and all that stuff. And now
Right.
I'm into health and just healing myself, working on self. You know, that's what I'm doing.
Hmm. All right, Charbe, the artist. Salima.
Greetings and salutations to the bloodline. Excuse me, I'm getting my notes. This is Salima Ellis. You can all, as usual, you can always find me on Facebook at Salima Ellis. You can also find me on Facebook at my school page, Universal Mind School of Evolution, where I have some very beautiful lectures and some schoolwork for anybody that's interested to get started. You can always find me at Yahsinni in the house on YouTube, and you can also find me at Taz Studios, where we started out the year with, made some great videos in 2023. So hey,
Mhm.
and today we're here to talk about the keys of
The
good health,
keys.
mindful
Yeah,
health, physical health, and soulful health.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's
that
right.
too.
And we always need that kind of knowledge as we go through life, especially once we get old to that mountaintop. It used to be age 40, it might be 30 now. But anyway, anyway, I've long been over the hump, and I'm still coming up with new things that I have to tackle as far as health goes, because something's going to be going on all the damn time. Now, whether it turns out to be good or bad, I'm sure it has something to do with how soon you recognize it as a problem and,
Mm-hmm.
get it isolated so you can tackle it. And that's what we do. And we do have an herbalist on deck, a real healer on deck. Two of them, as a matter of fact, three of them, if you count me.
Yes,
Okay,
you go.
so right. So it's all about good health, and a part of my introduction is Yasini in the house, and I do everything. Yeah, that's my new saying. Instead of
Yeah, I
naming
do
stuff,
everything.
yeah, I do everything. And so
Mm-hmm.
contact me if you whatever you do, just see if I do it. I probably do. But I don't fix cars. I don't fix cars. I don't work on airplanes, and I don't do taxes. Okay. So with that being said, uh, Salima is gonna be doing a lot of fucking talking during this show, and we're gonna help her out. But
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna start her out. Yes, because she got the points that we need to jump in on and get clarification for you, because
Mm-hmm.
we understand how she talk, how she think, and how she work, and she's very accurate. I know this for a fact. I'm not just buddying up. I know this. Okay. And I think Charbet knows too.
Oh
But
yeah, I know that.
Salima, Salima, let's get going. Let's punch the shit out of this hour or however long we're gonna be here.
Oh, you know we
Let's
could
knock
get
it
to
out.
it. Okay,
Let's
so
knock it out.
today we have the keys to great health, wellness, mindfulness, physical upgrades, and soulful enhancements.
Hmm.
Y'all know me. I ain't typing that shit. The
Hey,
goddess is the only one that can get me to put together a PowerPoint or something like that. Other than that, y'all gonna see notes. I'm old school.
I'm good with those.
I
I
heard,
go. That's right. Okay, so
heard
this
that.
month, this past month in February, I broke my foot last year, so that
Right.
made me sit down. And we were always talking about the keys of good health, but how many of us are really checking up on our health? So in the months that I've had to sit down, I've had an eye checkup. I got new glasses. I went to the dentist. I did, so these are the things we have to take in consideration. We're always talking about I want a good spouse, I want a good mate, but are we being good to ourselves? Are we checking up on ourselves? Are we checking in with ourselves when we say we want to be successful? Peace and love to the God Music Land. It's good to
Peace
see
and
you.
love Music Land.
Right, because my mother is 71, and everybody that sees her never believes her age, ever. I mean, they always think we're up to something. And I'm saying, no, she's 71. And her biggest question to me, because I would say, like, I want to live forever. She was like, well, baby, that come with a quality of life. When you say forever, do you mean forever hooked up to machines, or forever being autonomous and the ability to move? Because the forever life hooked up to machines and air breaths and all of that and a walker and all that don't sound good to me for forever. So what are
Mm-mm.
the keys to good success, to good physical health, to longevity of the soul, mind, body, and soul? So that was what this build was about. So February was checkups. Now next month is the big eclipse. I'm hoping our people, and especially women across the board, take the rest of March as a month to do your health checkup. Check up on yourself. Don't expect anybody to love you and look out for you when you won't do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I just said, I did eyes, teeth, feet. I'm getting it done. So, this is a part of my great health. This is what I call my health plan, because in the spring and in the summer, I'll be hiking for miles at a time. So
Mm.
I've got back into my exercise routine so I can hike up those hills. I can, do the things I want to do. So these are the keys of good success when we talk about longevity and being healthy in our older years. Because I was having a talk with my daughter about how, even though I'm 51, I just got out of my teenage years. Like I told her, she's still a teenager at 20.
Mhm.
Literally, she's still a teenager. She won't become an adult until she reaches between the age of 40 and 50, which is why we have people who think they're having midlife crisis. And it's only a midlife crisis because we live in a matrix that did not properly educate you for success and for longevity. You are
Right.
programmed to be here for a short while just to be part of their workforce. But we don't want that. We want our longevity. We want the promise. Okay. So along with these February checkups that I did, I had to find the herbs that would complement what I wanted to do. So I got my chief check. That means I needed new toothbrushes, and I had to get clove, and I had to make up my own toothpaste, which is the clove, coconut oil, and baking soda.
Mhm.
So these are the things that we have to incorporate. So now that I went to go see about my teeth, I know what's wrong with them. I know what to do. Now I can incorporate my own health system to further my health plan.
Mhm.
Okay, I also went to go see about my eyes. They kept telling me I was going to need an operation for this, but I'm not sure I want anybody cutting open in my face, especially not for something aesthetic. If you can't look at me the way I am, then fuck you.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm not keen on nobody cutting on my face for aesthetic reasons. I feel like I'm still here. As a matter of fact, nobody might not even believe this, but 2 weeks ago, I was in a car that got shot the fuck up and flipped the fuck over. So
Mhm.
when I say I'm a diehard, I'm in this for life. Somebody want me here for a reason.
Right.
I don't got time to play with the others. So the aesthetic shit don't bother me. I don't give a fuck about that. Um, what else? Also, for those of us who want to also get into the change, check on your soaps, salves, and your hair products. Most of the hair products, Dove, Suave, I don't give a fuck who it was all recalled during the pandemic, but we were
Yes.
all fucking distracted. All the deodorants were recalled. All the shampoos were recalled. And I mean all that shit. So you're gonna have to go
Yeah.
back and look on people's pages for 2022 and 2021. Our people were posting that all this shit got recalled. So a lot of you are having residual health effects because you're using expired products that got recalled during the pandemic. Okay, so we need to remove these items from our homes. The deodorants, the shampoos, you have to find a health food store. You have to find a new batch of something because if it is a brand name, Pantene, Suave, Secret, I do not give a damn. Vaseline, all the hand sanitizers were recalled, all of them. Nobody seemed
That's
to do that, but they were still, and they still put, and they always push expired products in our fucking communities. You see me pointing at me in our communities. So they knew the black people didn't know because they know we were in a frantic state.
Yeah.
Okay. So they recall all this shit. So y'all gonna have to find new deodorant, new shampoo. Y'all got to find something new. One of the few that I noticed that didn't get recalled was the regular bar soap of Ivory. You can wash your hands.
not
Yeah,
Ivory. Good
I'm
old
just
Ivory.
saying. I'm just saying that was one of the few that I did not see recall. But Dove, Olay, anything with perfumes and scents and shit in it, all that shit got recalled.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
about to put you out. Get out. Get out. I fed you. She done had roast chicken with potatoes and carrots and celery. Well, she pregnant. She pregnant, and she always coming to me like, "Mom, what you got?" So I have to get her out of here for a second. Okay,
Mhm.
so we have
Yeah.
to pay attention to the products in our house, in our homes, when it comes to the keys of good success, because the products that you put on your body are just as important as what you put into your mouth when we're feeding ourselves. So be aware that all of these name brand products were recalled across the board during the pandemic. I'm going to ask you to do your own homework for your own sake. Look up Dove, um, not Ivory. What did I say? Olive Olay, Olive
Yeah.
Olay, Pantene.
Mm-hmm.
What's that mean? Men's Axe, deodorant and shampoo, it all got recalled. So I see a lot of
Mm.
our people having residual effects and they have a lot of itching going on. And if you're
Yeah.
using the products and you're itching, you're using a tainted product. Don't
Mm-hmm.
use the hand sanitizers. Where's mine? Like, like I made my own hand sanitizer. This is just water, um, peppermint, and what was the other one? So you can make your own hand sanitizer. You just need oils, and the oils is inexpensive,
Mm-hmm.
and and they're good for you. It's better for you than that hand sanitizer, because when you look up those chemicals in the hand sanitizers, 3/4 of those chemicals were on the World Health Organizations as carcinogenic ingredients.
Yeah.
So that's why all this shit was recalled across the board, because most of them have carcinogenic, which is why I am a firm believer in making my own products, my soaps. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I do. I don't have the finances, or I got to run to the dollar store and get what I need. I'm talking about when we have a chance, when we have the knowledge and the ability, do this for yourself. So I never put hand sanitizers from the store on my children. I always use this. I spray their hands. If we're out and they can't wash their hands, I put this on them.
Mm-hmm.
So those are just a little bit of the things that we could do as emergent strategies when we're trying to decolonize out the system. And even if you're not going to decolonize out the system, these are certain ways you can protect yourself while you're still in the system. Okay. I was on a live. Goddess, I don't know if that was you because you was doing something on your own too. But this question was posed: what is the difference between witnessing an awakening and experiencing an awakening?
I don't think I was on that live. No, I don't know. That was
Yeah, I don't think I was. And
It could have
yeah,
been Remedy H then. Okay, and which one are you, or are we having both?
hmm,
Okay. The
okay,
next,
where's that question? Where's that question coming from?
I
yeah.
think it was I think I was watching Remedy H and he was talking about that the people had never experienced the awakening before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what made me ask the question, like, what category do we fit in? Are we witnessing an awakening or are we experiencing awakening? Peace and love to the goddess Asia,
Peace to Asia, Ali.
Ali.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, that was just one of our esoteric questions. Feel free to dive into it because it does affect who you are and where you
Yeah.
want to be.
Yeah. It makes you think about your where you are now and where you want to go. And sometimes that in itself is stressful in itself.
I was I was just getting ready to say, if you are having an awakening, be extremely careful and study everything as much as possible because things change, meanings change, words changed, how words are used changed. Black used to be white, white used to be black, up was down. It's like it's all cognitive issues that your brain is not gonna like you going in there and changing everything like that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so and so be extremely careful. Try it and stay to yourself until you figure out who this new you is, because it won't be the same. Things that were tolerable are no longer tolerable because now you know the meaning behind it and you see the spell and the curse as it's
Hmm.
coming to you, right straight out their mouth. And
Yeah.
just try to keep your snappability on low. Uh, this same bullshit they used to walk, I can assure you, it won't be walking smoothly anymore. In
Not anyone.
fact, you'll see it coming a mile away, and you'll be dodging it. Right? It's
Yeah.
gonna totally miss when you see it coming, and people are going to notice.
Hmm.
Yes, be prepared to be called crazy, a conspiracy theorist, and just altogether cuckoo. Embrace that. Okay, that's not derogative. That's the sheeple seeing that you are different and you
Yeah.
should be different because 85% of our sheeple as people are never going to wake up, even though they have the ability to mimic us now with mainstream, creating a replica of awakened people without them even being awakened. That's what
Yeah.
we're going through now. The ones who are awakened, we see you. We see you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That group.
You
That
can't
group.
you can't Egypt us into you're not gonna be able to fool the real ones. So as when I see you, I point you out by getting the fuck away and never ever letting you brace my energy again. That's how I deal with it. I stay the fuck away from them people. So, and that alone includes family and friends and maybe your man. Ah, if you wake up and he don't, yep, Or check this out. Check this out. Y'all was both Christians, and now you're fucking woke.
That's what happened with me and my daughter's father, my youngest child. We were vibing and everything, and I'm telling you, that man almost regret the day he got me pregnant. It was like the minute I got pregnant, I freaking changed. So she was born in 2015, and the first portal that I experienced awake was 2017. That's when that big eclipse happened in 2017. And that's when we really went our separate ways. And not only did we go our separate ways, I gave him his baby too. Like, I'm busy. I love y'all, but I'm busy. So it's like when you're awakening, your awakening will separate you. And he and I had to work that out because we really thought we were going to be longevity. But when I started talking like this and eating and changing my diet, and then, you know, we were partners in crime. We would go out to the club together. We smoked together. We drank together. So when I got pregnant, and me being an older woman and I already having had a heart attack, I knew I wanted a healthy baby. So I stopped drinking and smoking, and I never went back to it. So that was another thing that we didn't have to connect on. And, you know, he tried as a man. He was like, well, baby, if you say you want to have a baby and you want to quit drinking, I'm going to do it with you. Girl, he tried. He gave it to give it. But he's older than me. And when you have addictions that you've been feeding for a long time, it's not that easy to drop them. No. See, he didn't have the pressure of a baby inside of him that I had to say, I want a healthy baby. I got to stop now. He didn't have that. Mm-hmm. He just had the want to, you know, be supportive of my decision. Mm-hmm. So, hey, I give it to him that I love him. He's a great father. He's a great man. So, but yeah, it's like when you have awakenings, it disrupts all your previous relationships. My awakening is disrupt my family, my relationship with my family. My awakening disrupted my relationship with the father of my children, who I love very deeply and who I know loves me because he's a great father. He's a great man. If I need him, he's there. Yeah. But it still disrupted what we thought we were going to go this way together, and that didn't happen with my awakening because he was like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? I don't, you know. So it's like
the black sun is coming tomorrow.
It was like I was, you know how They Live came on with the guy talking, and he was like, we're asleep. They're here because we sleep. And it's like people are like, why is this man even on my screen talking to me? So my awakening happened with the birth of our daughter, and that made our relationship go this way. So you've got to be prepared to be the odd one. Mm-hmm. You got to be prepared for even people that love you and said that they would be there for you they have to let you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I was saying when we were doing that live about the shadow work, that I felt like, dang, I love my family. I'm not hurting nobody, but my awakening disturbs them. The way I talk disturbs them. Even though they come to me when they're sick and they be like, I don't feel good. I need you, blah, blah, blah. That don't matter. I have to let them deal with me on whatever precipice they can. Because I know that my mind, I'm
Yeah, so what it's all about is we're actually on a different frequency. Some new frequencies came in, and we took that leap.
Yeah,
jumped on, not even knowing where it was going. I mean, who knew that we'd spend the rest of our lives searching for answers and putting shit together. It's important every day, all fucking day, all day. That's what we do.
Right.
You know, I have to shut myself down. I have to say, you know, all right, I'm not even going to my computer today. I have to say, you know what? Today is movie day. I'm just gonna watch movies all fucking day and not think.
Yeah.
But that don't happen. We both know that. We all know that never happens. You might start watching the movie and then it reveals some more shit.
Yep.
Now you got to analyze that.
Yep. Absolutely.
You might as well consign yourself to the fact that you will be studying for the rest of your life. No longer will people just say shit to you and you don't know the meaning of what they even said.
Yeah.
That's
I can cuss somebody out and it sound like a compliment like a motherfucker to them because they don't know anything. Because they don't know a lot of things and they won't look them up, even though all you got to do is say, "Hey Google,
Hmm.
what does this mean?" Hey Google, you know, we
Yep.
still we won't even do that. We just don't want to know shit. Okay, that's good for 85% of us. The other 15, we want to know everything.
that's right.
Everything.
And we don't even live long enough to know everything. So guess what? The life that we do have is spent learning as much as we can while we're
Yeah.
here on the third dimensional realm.
Yeah.
This is it. This is
I don't.
it. Hopefully, if we ever come back to this motherfucker, we can retain some of the work that we're doing right now. Okay, go for
Yeah,
it, Missy.
I don't even want to be bothered in my inbox. I don't. It's like, and it's like what people are looking for. They look at your avatar and think you are this, whatever they have created in their own mind of you, and that is not
Yeah.
me. You have no idea who I am. And then you
Okay.
come to me with game, and I already know the playbook, so I'm not buying it. So I shut them down. I shut them down, and I mean anybody. And then it's just it's so disturbing on so many levels. It's
Right.
like I have my peace. I want my peace, and I want it now. So
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's hard to come by. It's hard to come by.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I've been finding myself dodging some major phone calls,
Mhm.
and I know I'm wrong to be doing it, but I can't not do it because it's
It's not
like
time.
yeah, it's like I don't want to answer the phone and then go do this right now. Like I don't want to do it.
Right.
I
Too
don't I
many
don't want
work
to
on timeline.
do. It's like I got 500 million things to do right now. Don't try to add other shit on.
Yeah, absolutely not.
From that, and I'm speaking like a someone really, really personal. I mean, I'll say just keep calling.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
day you'll get an answer, but
When,
not right now. And so, and that's
when
all of the part of the growing up. I used to be a people person. I used to be sociable as fuck until
yeah.
I started selling real estate, and people really got on my nerve like a motherfucker. I swear to God, I quit real estate and went back to electronics. They got on my nerves so bad. Like you lost your house to a fucking swindler. You ignored all those all the mail from the bank because the swindler told you to.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
now you're crying. You're showing up at my house on a holiday. You're a fucking client. Like wait till Monday. Like
mm,
people made me not be sociable no more, and I ran, and I've been in my little cubby hole ever since, and that's been 2006. 2006, I became non-sociable,
hmm.
and so that was good because now as I'm going into my new me, it was cool. It was cool. I was already in hiding. I was already distant because I was working too much to see anybody. But
Hmm.
now it's so smooth. I'm so used to it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I would never ever go back to being that small, close-minded, um, can't think as person that I was before,
Hmm.
um, due to Christianity. Yeah, I blame you. But anyway, oh yeah, I know where the blame is now. I got rid of all of that and I'm fine. Oh shit, I can see clearly now. I can
I will
see
never forget
very
that
clearly.
episode we did when you took the fall goddess.
Uh I know exactly what episode you're talking about.
I think I know too because I was watching.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
goddess
I,
took
I
the big
definitely
fall. She took the fall like it's over. So
For
When we
sure,
talk
for
about
sure.
the keys to great health, we understand that that comes with educating ourselves.
Yes.
And a lot of us, for whatever reason, YouTube and Facebook have become part of the tools that we utilize to educate ourselves. So, when using YouTube or Facebook and your wider community, what channels do you listen to and why? We listen to channels for physical health and well being. We listen to channels for spiritual, soulful growth and well being. And we listen to channels for academic and mindful growth also. So, how do we incorporate influential learning from YouTube and Facebook without becoming overwhelmed? Okay. Because I
Mm,
realize a lot of my teachers are on Facebook and on YouTube because, like I said, for me, brick and mortar is sort of dead. First of all, brick and mortar education costs 3 times as much as what I'm paying here on YouTube just through donations. So, say, like over the last 5 years, I've donated at least once or twice to everybody that's ever gone in. So that would be Crumb, that would be Dan Calloway, that would be anybody who I felt helped enlighten me and elevate me. So
Mhm.
now, because they're in a public domain, I have the ability to pay as I go.
Mhm.
Now I'm not forced into some financial binding agreement to pay for some education that I might not even want later or might not even be able to utilize. Whereas on YouTube, because the education is being presented to you as free, and if you're respectful enough, you'll donate to your teachers, okay, so that they can continue to do the work that they're doing, okay. So I looked up the word influence because these people who are teaching us are influencers. Some of them are like me, but some of them are just here. They're just content creators. It's another job, but it's a job that they enjoy doing.
mm, mhm,
Mhm.
Okay, so under the Webster's dictionary, the word influence is now an ethereal fluid held to flow from the stars and to affect the actions of men.
Mhm.
That's influence.
Yep.
B,
mm,
an emanation of occult power held to derive from the stars. So be aware, I am putting star power out here. I am aware I'm putting star power and my influence out here.
mhm.
But my question is before I came out, what is my intention on why I'm up here putting my star power up here?
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm going to read the rest of the definitions if y'all don't mind, and we can keep going.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
go with it.
An emanation of spiritual or moral force. 3A. The act or power of producing an effect without apparent exertion of force or direct exercise of command. B. Corrupt interference with authority for personal gain. Now, for right now, greetings and salutations, Esra. So I am interfering with the big forces, and if the personal gain of me interfering in this realm is for that everybody to be free, I'm all right with that. Okay.
Mhm,
4. The power or capacity of causing an effect, indirect or intangible ways, sway, one that exerts influence. 2, influence 2, transitive verb, to affect or alter by indirect or intangible means. Sway, 2, to have an effect on the condition or development of, modify, which took me to the word fluent.
Mhm.
Page 438 is a noun. Capable of flowing. Do we have the capacity to flow within this realm and between the dimensions? Do we have
mhm,
the capacity to keep sway in the flow? Fluid. 2, ready or facile in speech. B, effortlessly smooth and rapid. Polished. Excuse me, ladies. Please feel
mhm.
free to add anything.
Okay. Denise.
Yeah, I wanted her to redefine what she said for fluid.
Fluid, fluid.
Your
Let me see.
definition for fluid again was
Hold on. That was fluent.
fluence,
Fluent.
not influence.
No, that was fluent. Give me a second, ladies. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so Charbet, are you going along with the questions and the
Yeah.
studies that we're doing today?
Yeah. I'm going.
Let me
Going.
say peace and love to mindful exposures. Should we read L? Peace and love always, both of
Peace
you.
to all of them. Yes.
Okay.
See you
All
on
right.
here.
And I did put a link um, in the chat box in case anybody wanted to come and talk with us,
Mm.
just be a part of the panel,
That
just
would be
be
nice.
up here. It doesn't matter. Yep.
Yeah.
So there we go,
Yeah.
right there.
All right, Cherie. Yeah.
And so for those of you who just came in, we said we was going to talk about health and wellness, although we did get a little off topic when we were talking about awakening. So
Hmm.
we had a pretty good piece on what it's like to be awakened. I've never seen, I've seen people awakening, but they don't do the whole thing. They'll stop at religion or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you're not woke. You didn't do the religion part. And I did. I sent a song out there into the ether with
Yeah.
brother Big Dog Philly OG talking about what part of the lie do you still believe, and I put
Yeah.
it to some of my tracks, and that thing is blowing the fuck up
It's dope.
on my
It's
SoundCloud.
live.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she first played it for me, I was like, I was sharp, got a sharp A. I was like, wait a minute, this is big. And she just let Big Dog be like he was just being himself, going, talking about his whatever his
Yeah,
point was.
I hardly had to edit anything. I
And
had to
the
edit it,
beat,
make it
the
fit.
the music that she put with it, it made it so cold. I said, now you put this out here with Big Dog, baby. I'm sorry. You
Yeah. It
Trust.
is very cool. I love it. Yes. Or cool as I would
Thank
say
you,
it.
Charbet.
Mhm.
Yeah, who knew it was going to take off like that? Apparently, a lot of people like that because it's got over 1,000 hits in like 3 days, and 1,000 sounds minimal, but this is me on SoundCloud where it got those hits from. And
yeah.
shit, right now it is on Spotify and Apple Music and all of that shit, and it's in the form that I put it there in. It's not I didn't go to a fucking studio or anything, but um, you get it. You want to hear it once you start playing it and see what the
You want
big
to get
dog
it,
did.
yeah.
That's
He did
true.
a masterful job and didn't even know. That it got to me. It got to me. I was like, oh shit, play
Right.
that on
It's
beats.
it's the one
And
you least expect in the words. The words are so
yeah,
powerful.
but I
Yeah,
So
just let
that's
you
what.
know.
Yeah, and the way Big Dog is, he always passionate about his point. So when
yeah.
Right.
he's
And he was
talking about it,
very passionate. I said, this is ready to go. It's
yeah,
ready to go.
it's cold. Yeah,
So if y'all look up Yahsinni on SoundCloud, y'all see the big dog is featured on one of my songs called "What Part of the Lie."
Mhm.
Okay, and he rattled them all off. He hit all the top ones like a motherfucker. So if you're calling yourself awakened and those topics that he named, you still holding on to some of that, you might be having cognitive dissonance, which I would advise you to clear that up
well,
because you're not going
awakenings
to move
don't just
forward.
happen overnight. It does take. It takes time to
Right.
let go of these things that have
It
been
does.
programmed into us. Yeah,
And it can
It
be
does.
painful. It can
yeah,
be.
it's painful to let it go.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, we
Because
talked about some of the pain earlier. You got to lose your family and your friends and all of that. Unless you take them with you. If there's a way to take them with you,
hey,
that's cool. But I haven't found anybody that I can take with me. So
I say take the
anyway,
memories with you. Greetings and salutations, Goddess Cherie Reed L. Yes.
Yes.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
Uh,
the goddess is in the house.
Unoccupied Turtle Island. So,
Yes.
Yeah, it would be nice. huh? If
Yeah.
they would occupy it.
So
But Salima was on the health kick, and so far so good. Pretty
Yeah,
interesting stuff that you got going on. Please
very
continue.
interesting.
Please
well, yeah.
continue.
Well, these are the things that we need to take in consideration. Unfortunately, we don't pay attention until we get to this age. And the people, our parents who taught us health, were not in this in depth with us when they taught us health. They let
Yeah.
the schools
Mhm.
take over and teach us what was considered health. Now we know better.
Yes.
Okay. So
Mhm.
when we talk about being fluent, some of the videos that I use for fluent meditation. One of them is called Understanding. This young man's name is Seven Bomar. This is no affiliation.
Oh,
Anybody who's spitting out, I don't know them.
uh,
They don't know me. I don't know them. This is me telling you that these are the tools that I utilize to move myself forward mentally, soulfully, and physically. So this is my YouTube school. All the channels and people that I'm going to list, this is my YouTube school to help me elevate myself.
Right.
Okay. So when it comes to fluent meditation, I do listen to Seven Bomar Understanding. He just did a wonderful one called Energy Field Training. It was a primer to prime you for the best way to meditate, like how to get comfortable. He kept readjusting his meditation area. He talked about what he needed to, whether it was the rug or the carpet he was sitting on, like what kind of mind frame do they put him in.
Mhm.
So that was a great one. And I felt like, and even though Seven's vocabulary is like phenomenal, I think he kept it pretty much good layman's terms where people could
mhm,
keep up with him because he was really just going through a meditation primer. That is really important. Black Magic just had one with Dr. Jewel Pookrum that
Mhm.
was mind blowing. And,
mhm,
and hers was called 2024 Message to Humanity.
Mhm.
And I also, I'm not a good chanter. I even though I love to sing, when I go into meditation, for some reason, I don't want to hear my own voice.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes sense to people, but I don't.
do
Uh,
it inside of here. I
I think
mean,
my voice disrupts my meditation. I don't know why. So I use a young lady on YouTube called Chantress Seba. Beautiful sister. Her voice, and she doesn't do lyrics, but her voice is the music. But you could tell she's not using any specific words.
Uh,
But she might be foreign to me. I'm not sure. Maybe some of what she's uttering might be, but it just sounds so angelical music to me, and it puts me in a great
mm,
peaceful meditative state where I can lay there for an hour or two and listen to this goddess and see my mind taking off in phenomenal ways.
yeah.
Another Baba that I use is Ra Nefra Amen, and he's a Shechem. He's an elder. He's been out probably longer than I've been born.
mm,
And he had one called The Science Behind Affirmation and Your Power to Manifestation. That is a very powerful channel that I love to watch. That elder is really breaking down some knowledge that helps me.
mhm.
Um, so, in my mindful exercise for the key success for my mindfulness, I love Reverend Ike. Okay. And there are only 4 videos that I repeatedly watch of Reverend Ike's. Okay. And they all have the same thing on them. So you know that they're 4 because they'll list it 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's called
Mhm,
Treating Ideas as Psychic Entities. So that
Mhm.
means
mhm,
treating the thoughts that you have as another person.
mhm,
Yes. Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
these thoughts that you have, you create contracts with them. You create verbal, mental, and physical contracts where you, yes. So we have to be aware. So Reverend Ike helps us break down what we think, what we say, and what we do.
Mhm.
So the first one is how to turn your ideas into a living reality.
Mhm.
The second video is how to stop negative thoughts and ideas. His third video in the series is called Controlling the Way Your Mind Operates. This Baba
Yes.
is bad. And then
Yep.
the fourth video of the series is what is feeding on your mental energy.
Mm.
Alone.
Wow.
He has manifestations on these videos. Now, a lot of people be like, Reverend Ike was all about the money. Then you don't listen. You didn't listen to everything. These four videos alone, he talked a whole lot more than about money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for my mindfulness, I listen to Reverend Ike, yes. Um, what else? Oh, start sleeping outside.
Mm-hmm.
We even if we live in the city, buy that fucking stanky little tent and sleep outside. Spring and summer is coming. Listen, even though they've been pushing this cold shit, have this really been a real winter? 50
No.
degrees all through February. 50 degrees all through. Come on, y'all. We got to get that black radiation, get that black body radiation out and get outside, sleep outside. These three-dimensional, I don't believe in four.
Mhm.
But they say four corners, news, north, east, southwest, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get out of them because really they're trying to say that the houses are four-dimensional and they're not. If you start with three, like you're supposed to, the way you start ABC with the A and not without it, 0, 1, 2, 3. They'll tell you this is a four-corner home. It's not. It's a three-corner home because we're in a three dimensions. We're in a
That's
third dimension. Y'all
that's
stop playing with me. Y'all know I got a mind like a steel trap. I'm gonna keep bringing it to you. They gonna tell you you in a four corner room,
right.
right?
Mhm.
She
You in
said they
four
had two
walls,
snow
but that's
days.
a lie. You in 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 is not a freaking placeholder. It is a number, and the rest of the numbers don't work without it. Quit playing with me. These
Let's
houses are three-dimensional. This is 0, 1, 2, 3 fucking fingers I got up.
Yeah.
We in three-dimensional houses. They hurting us. So in
Mhm.
order part of the phase of moving into the fourth and fifth dimension, we have to leave these shelters
right,
because they're
Mhm.
right.
blocking. And I can feel it, which is why I enjoyed sleeping outside half the year last year because the downloads I was getting
Mhm.
Mm.
from not sleeping in a house. So let's say for 2 months straight, I didn't sleep in a house. In the city, I slept 2 months straight outside. My mind is banging.
See. See.
Oh, hey, Cherie said they had two snow days, but
Right, Cherie Reed is here. And Cherie know what I'm talking about. This has barely ever been a winter. We
No.
ain't never
No.
had no 2, 3 snow days, and the snow ain't stayed. Detroit, one of them places like Wisconsin, Mill. You when it snow real bad, you open up the door, the snow fall in on you. We ain't even had a half a foot of snow.
right,
So
Oh,
this
right.
is our black body radiation at work. Keep it up, people. Keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
We stay on cold. Stay on cold, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when I was listening to Remedy H the other day, I swear that Bible, I can't stand him because I love him. He said this is the hottest part of the realm. And when he said it, I knew he was telling the truth. This is why HARP is here. HARP is in the Midwest and going up into Canada because this is where they making it cold at.
Uh-huh.
So if this was the hottest space in the realm, it would make sense to run your cooler machine in the hottest space, and then tell the rest of the realm that the hottest space of the realm is the equator, and if you want heat, you got to go there. Not that we have the opportunity to get rid of a heart machine here and heat up the whole fucking realm. Because our next thing as matriarchs is that we have to ground all commercial flights. That
Girl,
means
why you
letters to
say
the
that?
FAA, because letters to the FAA got to go out. I'm about to do a matriarch. We got to do the
Yeah,
matriarch bill.
engines are
Um,
catching on fire.
we
Engines are
gonna do
catching
the
on
matriarch
fire.
deal where
Another
the
plane.
matriarchs, we got to send out to letters for your services are no longer required. That going to go to the FAA. That means we're going to ground flights. Niggas, I don't give a fuck if you get attitude. We have to do our part. We can't just sit back and say, oh, it's about to change. No, what are we doing to facilitate the change?
Yeah.
Okay. And then after that, we have to talk to the interior of land, the land, and tell them their services are no longer needed for our national parks. We are ready to occupy them. They can have these open air penal colonies for their new workers and slaves.
Yes.
Yeah, these are the keys to good success. My mind,
Yes. Yes, ma'am. You talk about it.
So let's keep going. We have the midlife crisis is the mind crisis. Before I keep going, the midlife crisis is the mind crisis. The reason why the reason why you have a midlife crisis is because you're not properly educated. People become stagnant in midlife and have midlife crisis. Why? Because you followed the Bible, you followed the government, you followed the political, and now it all seems empty and you fulfilled your promise, right? So why are you having a fucking midlife crisis? Because you fulfilled a bunch of empty contracts that fulfilled other people outside sources and did not fulfill you. So now we have what is called a midlife crisis. Now we have men willing to implode their lives because they're not properly educated. We have women ready to implode their lives because they're not ready to properly educated. So we become stagnant and destructive in what is called a midlife crisis. It is usually marked by an awareness that something is missing. What exactly is missing is up to the person who is going through the crisis. It is often unknown or unacceptable by society's standards. So what we say is missing because society's standards say, oh, you got to do politics this way, you got to work this way, you got to follow religion. But then when we hit midlife crisis, what do they all say? This shit ain't working. That's a midlife crisis. You're not properly educated. And you know that. After 50 years of following their rules, at 50, your midlife crisis, now you know something ain't right.
Or 60.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Or 35.
So often, right. So often what we say is missing from our lives, society is saying that's unacceptable. It's not acceptable by society standard because society put this programming in us and said, this is what you have to do. But at some point, the natural lawful you kicks in and say, we're having a crisis here because what they've been feeding us and teaching us and doing all of this, it ain't enough.
Yeah.
It ain't enough. So therefore, one must understand that when we are faced with crisis, we are not properly educated, nor are we in our proper arena.
Right.
We are not like I said, the AKA black man, indigenous man, he ain't in his proper arena. He think chess is the game of kings, and it is, but nigga, y'all higher than kings. A king is just another name of a warden, of a tax collector. The knight, brother man, you way bigger. Listen, this whole realm yours, but they got your mind solidified on the chessboard. Get off of that chessboard and see what great moves you can make. So we have to get into our proper arena. The midlife crisis hits because we've done everything that society said we were supposed to do, and society got fulfilled, but now we're not. That is a fucking problem. Because that's usually what the midlife crisis is. I did all these things society said I should do, but I still don't feel fulfilled. I'm still not happy. I'm still not receiving what I feel like I should receive for what I put into the society. That can create a midlife crisis. So,
Yes,
when we're talking about the keys to great health, we have to deal with the mind because the mind has been fucked with. And usually we don't get it till we get this age.
yeah.
Mm.
And I would say that would be a royal fuck.
We have been royally fucked by the court at that point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. So yeah, I am. I find
Yeah.
myself.
So
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, sis.
No, I was just gonna say I find myself looking into myself and saying okay, what else do I need to do to get this right? To make sure that I'm taking care of me first, because I can't give what I don't have. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's like I've been going through a lot of that, a lot of that, and then recognizing this is a lie, this is a lie, this is a lie. You a liar, you a liar.
Lies.
That's right. It's like, but
Yes, lies, lies,
Yes.
lies.
yeah,
Yeah. So these are the challenges that we face as a society as
And
well.
hold on.
Go ahead, guidance.
Sin is how, I don't think just some evil twisted people decided to, bombard the whole universe with these lies. It looks more like to me that this this realm um has been planned. Everything is planned out. That's why there's so much prophecy, because it's not just it's like you have to explore and find your reality, because the one that threw us all in one big ass pot, give us all the same agenda, the same language, the same this, same that, even all over the world. You just call it different things, and it's accented more heavily here than there. But all the religions, they're basically the same. They're the fucking same. Okay. And so what it looks like, the picture is getting pretty clear that okay,
mhm,
yeah, we in a game. We're in a simulated ass game. Whether you want to call it chess or checkers doesn't even matter. The point is, you've got tools. You get to play.
that's
You
right.
get to build your character up, do whatever you want to do. And this is what I mean when I call people in derelict of their duties, because if you're not trying to do anything or even try to figure the game out, or maybe 10 rules, that was better than you were when you only knew one or two. Maybe the person who has 30 rules is really jamming and getting it out. Listen, we gotta find out how to construct our reality, meaning we need to start with the mental, because I
Yeah,
know people don't like to believe that it has to happen in the mental plane before it comes to the physical plane. And
right.
so a lot of stuff that we're trying to do magic on and just can't seem to get it right is because we've got some fucking fucked up ingredients in there that don't belong, or we don't have the right ingredients in there that you must have.
Mhm.
And you're gonna have to stop this cake from
Yeah,
falling. Okay.
yeah.
If you're walking in your kitchen and your oven has been feeling the stomping that you're doing while you're walking through there, and your cake's gonna fall, because guess what? At a certain point, that cake is really, really vulnerable and is on its way to inflating more and cooking, and then you threw some fuck shit in there, stomping, and now
Mhm.
you come in there and your cake is filled.
Yeah.
Another reason why your cake might fall, because you use too much water or this or that. My point being, if you don't have the right ingredients, your awakening's not gonna be so great either. And you're gonna have to figure it out. You
Yep.
know, you're gonna
Yep.
have to solve that problem.
Hmm.
And
And
so,
only
and health is a big motherfucking starter point, very
yes,
huge starting point,
yes.
very. And so, some of us
And
only want to clean up our mind. We don't want to do our body with it.
it's all part
We're
of it.
gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Eventually, we're gonna have to.
to.
You're on mute, sis. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to clean up the mind, just like you said, goddess. You got to clean up because our minds have been polluted with so much nonsense, so
So,
much nonsense.
Man.
hmm
So,
Right. So you come in this game, and there is no fucking rule book. Everybody else tells you what the rules are and shit. And then guess what? 2, 3 decades later, all those rules turns out were none of it true. So
yeah,
all your life you've been going by this playbook that you created because nobody handed you a real one.
yeah,
And you trusted your mother and your father and your
yeah,
preacher.
yeah,
And guess what? Come 40, you find out it's all fuckery. Now what? Now what? That would make me wake the fuck up. If I find out I've been lied to since I was one, really since I first came out. I
hmm
hope
right.
my mom didn't feed me no fucking Similac. I don't think she did. I think she fed my siblings the Similac.
Get out of here.
Anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just
Right.
saying. Look, we come out here and we're vulnerable to
yes,
anybody and everything. Now
yeah,
we have to. We're supposed to innately want to overcome that.
yes,
We're not supposed to be happy in that state of
no,
believing everything people told you, never not once checking shit out for yourself, especially the most important thing in your life hasn't even been checked out thoroughly by you. Yes, I'm accusing you of not reading your Bible. That's
mm,
what I'm accusing you of. And
mm,
so, don't come step to me all crazy because I read your Bible. Okay.
right.
All right. So we
I,
gotta stop all of this nonsense and all these fucking idiosyncrasies. It's like that's too much on
it's,
you.
Yeah.
it's too much.
Shit.
All the following the lead, uh, group
Yeah.
think, group follow,
Yeah.
all of that. That's got to go. That's what has gotten us into trouble. All of that.
Mm-hmm.
Group. If
Mm-hmm.
you look like this, hey, if you don't talk like this, if you don't say the correct words,
Right.
you, you are an individual trying to find the keys to your life, to your kingdom.
You
And only
should be.
that's right. So if
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, then it ain't nobody else's business what's
Right. And
going
your group, yeah, your group should understand that the
on.
answers for your health, for your mental wellness, isn't going to look like anybody else's.
Nobody else's. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm. Yeah.
Your
And
your truth your
yeah,
truth may not look like anybody else's, but at least
that's
you
right.
went and found it for yourself. Who
That's
knows what
right.
you went through to find out how you got to where you got to, as long as you took that journey.
Yeah.
Right.
But don't be talking to me if you ain't never been on no fucking journeys. I'm gonna notice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I meet a lot of enlightened people who have never gone through stress.
Mm,
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
And they're very cognitive aware, but when they try to deal with people like me, they don't know how to deal with me because I've been through trauma.
mm,
So when they and I tell them you keep coming into the realm to uh to teach people because you're enlightened, but the space you're coming from is not where they're coming from.
right.
You're coming from a space that has never been adulterated, molested, attacked, mentally abused. So
Mm,
even if you are enlightened, if you don't have the vocabulary
mm,
and the empathy to go along with the people that you say you're trying to reach and help, it don't mean nothing.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It don't mean nothing. Esra says she had to go. Much respect, mindful exposures. I'm glad you got to come through. And Cherie El Reed, we probably gonna get you on this mic one day because she got plenty to yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right. Yeah.
so yeah, I've met and a lot of them are young. Some of them are older, but a lot
Mhm.
of them are young.
Yeah.
So I come from like I said 2 weeks ago. I was just in a very traumatic incident.
Right. Yeah.
So when I speak on trauma from my community, I fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When I speak about police brutality, I've been in more than one raid. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I see them come into people's houses and beat up black men in front of their children in house raids to demean the men and take and make the children not respect them no more. This is how the police treat us. So when these Peckerwoods or Asians or anybody else come to fuck up here and tell our people to just comply, fuck you, bitch.
Yep.
There is no just comply for our people with the police. They are a purposeful, intentional military force unleashed on unarmed people. And you know we unarmed because anytime they do a raid, they surveillance you at least 5 hours before the raid. Bitch, they know we unarmed. I don't want to hear that. So don't. When I speak on my people, what we go through, I mean that shit. I've been through raids, everything, gunfights, firefights. I go through it all. Physical abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse from the government, from a man, from a kid. I don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear it.
Right.
So yeah, when we have these discussions as a wider people, anybody that's coming into our communities talking about they're here to heal, you better be really ready to heal some people who have been fucking traumatized. I'm a traumatized healer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sis.
I'm just saying, be ready because everybody in my community is traumatized. And so we have PTSD, PTSE, PTSA, PTS your mama, PTS your daddy, PTS this nigga that's following. You know, come on.
And OCD and
Yeah.
ADD and EFG shit.
And whatever else. It's up there.
Right.
When we get these people, I see people that come into our communities and they be like, well, they just don't want to, they just know you're not willing to do the work that we have to start over from the ground up like toddlers, from the education to the nutrition to the hygiene, the mental. We have to start over. And if you coming in as a healer thinking you just gonna say a few words and magically kiss my ass. Listen, we've been putting in this work for too long to know that's TV magic.
Yeah.
I'm the real magic. I'm the book.
Mm-hmm.
See the look? So this is the work we got to put into.
Yeah.
This is the work that we have to put in to heal our community and start over. So when we talk about the keys of success, I really meant that for the adults because I'm here to I have to heal the adults so that we won't bring up and hurt the children.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my curriculum is geared towards adults, even though I have curriculum for children. That's not an issue. I'm up here because we're dealing with adults who are bringing in the next generation, and we're undereducated, miseducated, underfinanced, undersupported across the board as melanated men and women. Okay, so this is the purpose of jumping in and doing all this because this is the deep dive work.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about the mind. So let's get into the internal health, the organs, the the physical body. So I discovered a young lady through called Dr. Edith Ubuntu Chan, and I've discovered her through this young lady who was on our chat not long ago, but she had to go mindful exposures, Esra. And Dr. Edith Chan, I just like this little lady. She has a very firm insight on how to see about your health mindfully, physically, and soulfully, step by step. So if you go to Dr. Edith Ubuntu Chan, and I'm gonna tell y'all now in the chat and in the audience, no, I don't put up links. And you know why? Because people that don't take notes don't study.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
true.
means you ain't learning. So when
Yeah.
I'm talking, you better be taking notes. I am not a teacher. I am not to be put up. See, you see this little book? I wrote it out because I'm not going to write this out, then type it up, and then present it. No, no, no. Y'all better take notes. Her name is Dr. Edith Ubuntu Chan. She's on YouTube. Phenomenal educator. She has some great videos with homeschoolers like myself that talk about homeschooling techniques, all of this great stuff. But for her internal health, wellness, she has a video called What is Health? And it's an
Mm.
excerpt from her super wellness that she did, which was ours. And it's a session, it's called Session One with Dr. Edith and Alex Z, a young Caucasian male, and he's very
Mhm.
intelligent also. Watch this video. She has slides and everything where she talks about taking our health from this direction to this direction. Like, what do you want to do? And she's not telling you what to do. She's helping you see all the options available to us,
Mhm.
but that the medical industry would never want you to see. So watching her channel slows down the mind and makes you think. You're going to have to watch it more than once because it's one of the channels that I watch more than once when I start to do my checkups for my eyes, my broke foot,
Mhm.
my denture. So I had to change like that. It's not just rote. What I'm doing to my body is not just rote. I do care for the body because it is the temple. It houses more than one of my personas. It
Right.
houses my
Mhm.
mind and my soul. But we have other parts of us that I'm not even going to start delving into because we don't have that much time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if you go to her YouTube channel, Dr. Edith Ubuntu Chan,
You
she's
bought it.
got
How do you
something called, huh? Yeah. She's got something called What is Health, and is an excerpt from her super wellness videos. And I'm telling
Interesting.
you, very powerful. And this is my YouTube school that I use for me. So
Mhm.
for any of you out there, like, I don't have a lot of funny stuff on my YouTube channel. Anybody that's go through my YouTube channel, I don't think my videos, that even the ones I like and save, are not private. You can go and see what I watch. I'm fucking serious. I'm learning. If you look at my videos, I'm learning. Okay. So that was internal health. Now for my physical health, I love this young man. His name is Deshaun Johnson. He's called the Guru of Abs. I've mentioned him a million
Mhm.
times.
Mhm.
When I first started with Deshaun Johnson, I was 215 pounds. I dropped down all the way down to 137 pounds, a size 10. And that was just from doing exercises in a fucking chair.
Yeah.
So because
Yeah.
I was overweight and I didn't have the energy and stuff then. And he shows you, he works with elders. The name of his program is called Senior Body Sculpting. So he works
Right.
specifically with seniors and people like me who have previous health problems. So not only was I able to lose all that weight, where now that I'm up, my heart works better, my knees feel better. I have that excess weight off of me. So I've been doing the guru for about 3 years now. That's not bad. For me, that's not bad. And I've stuck to them consistently. There's another young lady that I watch on YouTube. Her name is called Josie Liz. She's my age. She's had multiple children like me. And she talks about what her body went through having children. And these are the exercises that she's using. And I'm telling you, they work because at 51, I must say, I look fabulous. Okay. There's
You
another
look
young
great.
lady on YouTube called that I love called Nene D, and she does some deep isolation exercises. Her booty is like fucking ridiculous, but it's a beautiful body. I even went out and got those isolation exercises for the legs, those bands, and I
Mhm.
use those, and I find that my knees are improving because I had a, especially after I broke my foot and had to sit down, my knees began to atrophy because I wasn't moving around like I usually do. And the next young lady that I love, her name is Pauline Adelecki. She's on Instagram, and this young lady is 71, and she is fucking fabulous. Her body is like, you could tell she just has the like Last Dragon glow. She really does.
Which
And
is my goal.
well, and she does these exercises that like I can't even do yet. Like, so to watch her at 71 look fantastic, do these exercises that some of us know we can't do, and we're younger than her. So these are the people that I watch that influence me to physically up my game so that I can keep up with my grandkids, go hiking, and do these other things. So this is my physical part of my YouTube education. Okay. And I do have a membership at my local community center where I go swimming. I can do
Mhm.
showers, steams, and stuff like that. So that is the other part when I need to get out. If you ladies would like to add anything before I go on to the next part, because this is just me really talking about, this is me. I built my own school to educate myself through YouTube. And these are
Mhm.
just some of the channels I'm making people aware of. Some people probably already have their own channels that they like to use. So, ladies, if you have any channels that I haven't mentioned that you like to use to help educate yourself and uplift yourself, please share.
Yeah.
As far as well-being, I like a lot of the stuff that you like, of
Yeah.
course. Lately, I haven't been listening to a lot of people, but I did tell you that I make sure that I watch Remedy H, and I watch a lot of Kalai. Um, a lot of times, I'm in the mood for the metaphysical. I'm super into metaphysics, and that's why I started watching Savan Bomar like 10 years ago, probably. But that metaphysical kind of stuff is what really gets me going. And so Salima knows how I started out with like the Dr. Blairs, the Dr. Africas, the Phil Valentines, and
Mhm.
those people are metaphysics.
Yes.
Brother Panic, RIP,
Mhm.
did a lot for me. And so as I move on to like just truth awakening kind of stuff, I mostly be listening because I like the person's teachings or how he explains things. So for that kind of stuff, I like to stick with like Brother Sanchez, Big Dog Philly OG is so active in the community
Mhm.
that I do. I frequent his show a lot. There's Big Dog Philly, that is. And pretty much I dropped a lot of people because after a while they just aren't needed anymore.
Right.
Once I dive in on a topic, I'm going to I'm gonna get everything I can out of it, and so I might not keep revisiting it once I got it down pat. Even though some of those people like Lucid Living, Isis Wisdom, those types of people
Mhm.
I listen to. When I want to know what's going in the Black community. I watch a lot of Michi X because she boots on the ground up in that shit. And so I like a variety of YouTube people. I also found that I can pretty much listen to anybody who's got information that I don't have or are hitting on a topic that I've been interested in, and they've got, because the information don't come out all at once. It's not always
No.
there when you need it. When I started
Right.
looking for flat Earth, there were no flat Earth people out. There were no flat Earth videos out there. There was no Brother
Mhm.
Sanchez or flat Earth. None of that
Yes.
shit was there. And
Mhm.
then I always be surprised when then it's like then it all comes. Then we got bum rushed with flat earth. Then it was like every fucking word. It's like wow.
Yes.
So a lot of this stuff
Yes.
we call into we call that information to us is what I'm trying to say. Okay. When I started
Hmm.
looking at the sun, there was one motherfucker on the whole YouTube who was talking about the sun at that time. And
Yeah.
Sanchez had him on his show a few months back. White
Hmm.
guy, and he was telling us that the sun is not some blazing fireball. I was like, what? It's not.
Yeah.
You know, it turns out it's not. It's a lot more than that. It's not 63 million miles or light years away. It's local to us. It's ours.
Yeah.
We own it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's under the dome with us.
Yes.
Right. So don't
Absolutely.
be afraid to question within yourself anything that you want and watch it come. And that's my real value to the old cliche, seek and ye shall find. It's not talking about your car keys, although if
No.
you look for them, but it's talking about, it's like the ether is just packed and filled with data. You have to bring what you want to you in the same way that people do money.
Yes.
Money don't just show up on your ass. You have to work, call it, get it to flow your way. It's a currency, right? Find
Yes.
out which way it's flowing. See if you can redirect it and steer it to you. Same way with
Hmm.
information is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
out there. We can grab it. It's ours. It's already in us. We already made of everything. We already made of everything in the ether. Everything.
Absolutely.
And all the hybrid ass shit is still made of us. We're the ingredients. We're the elements. Okay.
Yeah.
Condensed sunlight. Sunlight condensed. That's who we are.
Yes.
And that's what we are. And if we know that, then we only have to know how the sun operates to understand who we are. Okay. So that's the
Yeah.
kind of answers I go see. Yeah. What's the sun doing? Oh, he has a
Mhm.
counterpart. Oh, it's black. Oh, did he
Yeah.
eclipse us? Those the kind
Yeah.
of answers you want to know. Not just the news said that the moon was gonna. No, it's lunar
That's
eclipses and there's solar eclipses, and they're not the same.
that's
Okay,
right.
we
That's
got to we
right.
got to start using our own logic and common sense. That's free. Yeah, you can't
Absolutely.
really
Because it's
buy it.
in there. Yeah.
You
It's
can
in there.
study it
It's
though.
definitely. Yeah.
Mhm.
You find out everything you know need. It's already available to you. Just got to seek it out.
Yeah.
Because I started out with like Bobby Hemmett and then Brother Panic and those guys and Azariah. I went through all of those guys, and then started going. Well, I started out in the Christian faith. I started
You
out
kind of
there.
hey, Charbe, you
Uh
kind
huh.
of choppy, or
Am I
is that just
choppy?
on my?
I don't
What do you
know.
think,
Can you hear me?
Salima? It's sort of like a in and out, mostly in, but still some outs going through there.
Hmm.
I don't know if
Hmm.
that's just is that me, Salima? Salima, you muted. Oh, and she's
I can
frozen,
hear.
right?
I I can hear.
She's not
Can you hear
choppy to
me?
you?
She was choppy for a minute, but I could hear her.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
Okay.
was just saying that I started out in the church with no knowledge, but I was seeking more because I knew it was something more, and what I was getting was not real or not good enough for me. And then
Mhm,
after I went through um, Delbert Blair, Bobby Hemmett, Azariah
mhm,
Bay, I went through all of them, and then I, I got into Chrome a little bit, and
mhm.
you go through all of those, and then when it's time to go, it's time to go. But what I found for me, just like you were saying, is that when the knowledge at the beginning, it's just information, and then after a while, it comes slowly, like you said, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's the truth. Now you recognize the truth, and then you move on from there. And everybody's not meant to be there. Every to stay in your life like that. You
Right.
go from A to point B and on. That's what you do. And that's what I find. And I, like I said, I'm learning things. I'm learning things about myself. I'm learning things about my past and family past and all of that. That's got me going, oh, a lot of stuff was a lie. I mean, even within my own so-called little circle, you know, and just that alone will take you to another level. It's like, okay, now I got to step it up because I got to find out how does that fit in my life? What do I need to do to rectify that information, or for me, you know?
Mm.
So yeah, so I'm going through some stuff right now, but
Mhm.
I got I got it. I'm gonna deal with it, but I'm
That's
going
right.
through a little bit. Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah. So
So that's it
that's it.
for the okay. So for the soulful side of educating my soul,
Mhm.
um, I just listened to Remedy 8, Spiritual and Physical Worlds Mending as One. I thought that was a very powerful one for and I'm also listening to a Baba that I personally know here in Detroit. His name is Baba Mudu Bakui. He has a YouTube channel and a Instagram channel, and he
Hmm.
does mushrooms. And he's also one of the co-leaders of a beautiful group that I'm part of called Black to the Land, where they take families of color out to nature. Every year we experience boating, camping, hiking, just and we try to make it as inexpensive as possible. So if you get a chance, look up Black to the Land and
Like,
outdoor afros. These are both they're not for profit, but they could really use any donations, definitely, because they get our people out into nature. And he is big on mushrooms, real big on mushrooms. I'm hoping to hook up with him soon because that is one part of my healing that I haven't gone into, which is the mushroom.
hmm
Mm.
And I would like to explore that as a potential part of the
Wow.
healing, as part of a resource for healing ourselves. Because I've been hearing
right,
too many great things about mushrooms. Like when I was coming up, I was told like it was like crack. Don't mess with it. You'll be floating around. You'll be naked doing
right.
all these crazy things. But now that I'm hearing and talking to more mature people who use it medicinally, I'm
Mhm.
ready to dive into that and study and see what it has to offer our people as a form of
Right.
healing them mentally and physically, soulfully. I've heard that it can heal us soulfully. So
Yes.
that's going to be one of the next parts of my journey. So Baba Mudu
Yeah.
Bakui, I do know him, not like everyday personal, but we've been camping together. He's a lifelong Michigan that I know of. He's a traveler. You can look him up on Instagram, BABAMOUDOU, Mudu Bakui, Baqui. And this brother is what he says he is. He walks what he talks what he's walking.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And they have a retreat coming up in Jamaica soon, I think. Mushroom retreat for foraging. So if you get a chance, like I said, go to his Instagram or his YouTube and check him out because I'm not gonna listen to nobody that's dumbing me down. And like I said, He knows about my health issues. One of our camping trips, he noticed that I was behind the rest of the crew, but that I was trudging along. So he was like, Mama Salima, and I was like, I'm gonna do this hike. And him and his beautiful goddess stayed with me during the hike and made sure I finished that hike and I enjoyed it. And they were like, wow. So when I was telling them my health issues, and that's how we actually started talking. So this Baba is bad. If y'all get a chance, go to his Instagram, go to his YouTube, because him and his goddess, they ain't playing. Like I said, and he uses shrooms medicinally, which I have never done yet. So, like I said, I didn't even know about him in the shrooms. I had hooked up because we were Detroiters and we were part of a program for families for outdoor learning. Okay, so yeah.
So, can I ask a question?
Go
Do
ahead.
you remember when I first found out that you were an herbalist? Do you remember me asking you about the
Right, and I
lion's mane?
couldn't tell you. Right, and I
Right.
couldn't tell you because I had no clue, and I was being honest. And you were like lion's mane. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's the
I
good
really
stuff.
didn't know what you were talking. I really didn't
Yeah, I
know what
can't
you
wait
were talking
for you to
about.
dive into them
Right,
and
and
take
now
me.
I'm ready.
I said,
Yeah.
take me with you.
Mhm.
Well, we can go together because these people ain't playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
if we
next
get a
one is
chance, I'd like to go too.
okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I love mushrooms like a mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite food.
Hmm.
Without
Yeah.
a doubt.
So
Yeah.
the next people I listen to for spiritual growth is Solace Owl. Owl. And this is like their moniker is a little owl sitting. And the
Mm,
last time I listened to them, it was How to Use Fortune Alchemy to Become the Luckiest Human Alive.
wow.
Ooh.
It was
Wow.
very interesting. It was very interesting. So I am subscribed to this channel, and a lot of what they're talking about is elevational for me, and it just adds on to what I already know and am working on. Basically,
Mhm.
another young person that I'm listening to in the spiritual realm is a young man named uh, I don't even know his name, but the name of his YouTube channel is called Formscapes.
Formscapes.
Yeah, Formscapes. And
Mm.
the way he puts knowledge together, it is freaking amazing. Literally, like, and he's young. He's young. I love to see these young people.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
And the only other young people I could think of is Isis Wisdom's babies.
They got their own
Isis with
channel.
No, she brings them on with her
Right.
that I'm aware. If they do have their own channel, I'm not aware of it.
Isis Wisdom Babies.
Yeah, she got children. She got two sons that's dope.
Mhm.
I don't know their name. I just know they her babies. So that's what I call them. Isis Wisdom babies.
Right.
I wasn't
Right.
trying to be
Yeah,
funny. I really can't think of her young men's names.
I
Mhm.
just got introduced to her.
Okay.
Really? Mhm.
I'm
I mean,
trying to find Formscapes. Okay, so let me see if I can do this real quick. So this is Dr. Edith. You've been to Chan. Please check her out. That is I don't know if you can see me scrolling, but this young man on the screen with her.
Oh, this is you. Let me
oh,
add this.
Yes,
There
This
you
is
go.
Dr. Edith Ibintu Chan. Very, when I
Okay.
say until, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
Why'd
was
you
looking.
Maybe
close
it
it?
was too quick.
Yeah,
Oh,
why'd
I'm
you close it?
sorry.
I had you on screen.
Put it up
I
there, then you let
apologize.
it.
That was me. I was ready to go to Formscapes. Let me
Okay,
look it
just
up.
real
But
quick.
you didn't have to change it. All you had to you could have did it right in front of us.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you didn't have to close it.
You know I'm slow, goddess. I'm still learning. I'm still
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay. Let me find her again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has some great and she talks about, she has other homeschoolers come on and they talk about homeschooling techniques and things like that. I just love it. Now I can't find her. Here she goes. Give me a second. So yeah, that's who I've been listening to for the last 4 months. And it's just the 2, 3 videos she has. I repeatedly listen to them and I take notes.
Mm.
And like I said, this video here with Alex Z, What is Health, Super Wellness? I can't help but watch it again and again.
Mm.
So this is one
Mm-hmm.
of them. This is another one. She has some homeschoolers that were up here just, her channel is what I like to get into. I feel like for authentic and holistic education and mindfulness, yeah.
Upgrade your life, change the world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is the Chantress Seba. Can you see her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Her voice is so magical to me. All he does is
I've
sit there.
seen.
You've seen her?
Yes. Yes, I do. Every time I see her, I listen.
Isn't it beautiful? It's
Oh, it's
so
just
it's
it's
so freaking
heavenly.
beautiful.
Like,
So
yeah.
when I'm meditating, I like to listen to her
Hmm.
because meditation is a personal contract. Like I tell people, like for me, dreaming is a, so people could tell you to use Om and all of that, but if you're uncomfortable, your meditation isn't going to go right. So for me, I liked using her because just to relax, you could relax. I wasn't worried that she was ever going to let go of a sound or a frequency that would disturb my meditative state, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like the way she flows is so beautiful. I could go through my meditative state and sometimes realize that this she didn't put me to sleep. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, let me see. I got a few. I have so many I listen to, but I just wanted people to be aware of the ones that I felt really take me to the next level. I also listen to Meredith. She's a deaf. She does sign language on YouTube.
Hmm.
She helps me with my sign language because I don't have other people to practice with. I love Dr. Sirius B. Oh goodness, I have so many. I listen to a bunch of you do it yourself, always self care.
Hmm.
I Of course, I listen to Dan Winter if he doesn't get too technical sometime. Where's Formscapes? I don't understand. I usually could see him right away. Here it is. This is Form. Can you see this?
Yes.
So the one that I've been listening to, I've listened to it twice already. It's called The Metamorphosis of Human Awareness. Cold-blooded, baby.
Okay.
And he has quite a few his videos are on point that I could tell. Some of them I don't agree with everything he's talking about saying that, and that's all good. He has a general gist of it. And some of it he's unfolding. He can unfold the bigger picture. That's the best part. He knows how to unfold the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So yeah. These are who I study, and who else? I think it was one more.
Yeah, it was Reverend Ike.
I already
Reverend.
I know. People who ain't never heard him before will be real shocked to hear a pastor speak in the manner that he do. But so far, he's the only pastor who got it right. He's the only one who got it right so far.
That's true. He is. I do like.
Yeah, and
I like
during
him.
the time that he was around, shit, he had a whole bunch of followers. What happened?
They went after. They wanted that money. You know when our people accumulate that much wealth, they want it back. They want that back.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
But I mean, what happened to all the people who was following him?
They are ministers now. TD Jakes, all of them follow. All of them is Reverend Ike's whatchamacallits. All these big mega ministers are all Reverend Ike's. They all came up under Reverend Ike. I swear to God. Well, I don't swear to the guy. I swear to him because they got. But yeah, that's them. All these mega churches, they all learn from Reverend Ike. TD Jakes. What's the one that came clean and started telling? Way Hagen. All these mega, they all came under Reverend Ike. Ask them. Some of them tell the truth and tell you that they came up under Reverend Ike.
Okay, but those aren't Reverend Ike's teachings. That shit TD Jakes be on. Those aren't Reverend Ike's teachings.
Yes, they are. Those are his money teachings. Yes, they are. Yes,
maybe
motivational. Ike had
speeches.
some classes that were straight money classes for the wealthy. That's where all that money went to. Remember, you were just asking where all them people at? They came and got that.
The Jesus worship and stuff.
Listen, Reverend Ike knew how to make money. Those ministers came up under him to learn how to make money, and that's what they did.
Yeah, that's my point. I'm saying that's all they did. They don't follow his. Reverend Ike told you to go inside yourself. Told you the kingdom was inside of you. That you are God. That's what Reverend Ike was saying.
Right. But see, they wanted the wealth like Reverend Ike had, but they didn't know how to draw it to themselves without only concentrating on the money part of the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they got into other things, some of them.
And now you're jacking off to fake man firemen.
Stop it!
I swear to God, his hand was in his pocket.
Oh boy!
Indeed, that was a pocket.
You ever been swallowed?
I saw it. That was gross. It was gross of him to be acting like that anywhere.
Yes.
With or without a camera on him. That was gross.
It's gross.
Shirt's always small. He only buttoned one button on his shirt. Don't get me started. I didn't like that man from the get go.
Who?
The
I
get
didn't even
go. TD Jakes,
Jake's.
Jakes, Jakes the
Yeah.
Oh,
snakes, fake Jakes. He fake because that's what they are. They're motivational speakers. They're not heavenly divine motherfuckers.
no, and that's the thing. They are just that, only motivational speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course they're gonna talk that feel. Hey, what do you want to hear? Jesus, gotcha.
Hmm.
That's it. So gay. I made a
Yeah.
video a long time ago called "Your Preacher is Not Divine."
You
Not at
sure
all.
No.
He picked a fucking career that's
Thank you.
lucrative. It's a
He gets
goddamn
paid for
career.
it. Yeah.
Damn right. He gets paid very well. And
And
shit,
we and
they
some
go
of
home.
us
They have
we
the same problems we have.
uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I binged him. I binged him for like 3 weeks one time. Him, Reverend Knight. I binged him for like 3 weeks one time.
Yes,
Downloaded
easy.
all his shit. Downloaded everything. I said, I can't believe they was letting him talk like this back in the day. I wasn't talking about his motivational part. I'm talking about what he was telling the people of Christ. He
Right.
told them what they were, like you are.
That's
He said
yeah.
Same
that
thing.
so many times. He said it repeatedly over and over again.
That's
And he
what
said,
I
I'm
said.
not here to indoctrinate you. He said, I'm not here
Yeah.
to indoctrinate you or none of that. I'm here to teach you that whoever the God you believe in is within you.
That's right. Not outside of you, all but inside. Yeah. He did say
Right.
that.
Yeah. So
I'm trying
yeah,
to
if we
find
could
it.
have we could have got
Interesting.
up on that, the whole world could have been woke. If we would have
Mm.
got up on some Reverend Ike.
Yeah.
He has so many of these. Listen, I could go through these forever. I might not never find the videos I was looking for.
Right. You probably
Yeah.
have to punch in a keyword or something.
Here they go. See all four. Treating ideas as psychic entities. I don't know if you can see them. Let me make sure. You see them?
Yes.
Hmm.
They all say the same thing at the
Yep.
bottom. Treating ideas as psychic entities. 1, 2, 3, 4. They list them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-huh.
And when you start, so I created a curriculum just for myself that I haven't shared with
Uh-huh.
nobody else,
Uh-huh.
that I created for me and my children, and we start breaking down these 4 videos. So these 4 videos are a curriculum that I use in my school, Universal Mind School of Evolution. And those who want
Mm-hmm.
to enroll in my school, they will get the curriculum that goes to these 4 videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna never
Mhm.
do a live. We could talk about it all day long, but I'm not gonna never give up the curriculum is for the school.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to pay for that because it took me a whole year. And I do mean a year because if you're a thinker, sometimes things don't come to you overnight. You got to really think it through. So it
Right.
took
Mm-hmm.
me a year to really dissect what he was saying and come up with a
Mhm.
curriculum where we can understand that when he's saying treating ideas as psychic entities, that means you're
Mhm.
contracting with the ideas and words that come into thought.
Mm-hmm.
So once I got the understanding of that, I start creating my curriculum for me and my children. So
Mhm.
yeah. So I have curriculum that's I've been sitting on. I've been sitting on. When people ready for it, they'll let me know. They'll come to me and say, "Hey, I want that curriculum." But basically, I'm done. I'm done because I
Mm-hmm.
know you didn't want to take too long. It's 9 o'clock, but this this
Oh,
this is my YouTube university for me. All the
Mhm.
channels that I've listed, and like I said, anybody can go into my YouTube and see everything that I've got. Is I don't do private pages because when whenever people start fighting online, people want to go into your
Mhm.
shit and pull up your shit and prove it. Well, you ain't got the dig, nigga. My Facebook is open. My Instagram is open. Ain't none of my shit private. It is what it is. I cuss like I
Mhm.
cuss. I cry like I cry. I talk like I talk. It's all up here. So, you know, so when I start creating these curriculums, the curriculum is my shadow work. It is, and I
Yeah.
create a curriculum because I understand that I have to go over this work more than once. I've been hurt more than once. So I have to learn this curriculum over and over again. Anytime I feel
Mhm.
sad, anytime I get melancholy, anytime I begin to physically neglect a part of my body, I have to go in and say, King Yetta, get back on that wagon. You have
Mhm.
long-term work to do. This is your
Yeah.
self-care. So yeah,
Yes.
this is um this is me putting in the work, and this is me creating a school for my mind, my body, and my soul.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Because I've never come up here and told people like I am the all, and I know some of my answers be like, "Damn, she about to leave these streets." No, I know I could, but I know I am still deficient, and I love
Yeah.
myself and I love my people enough to say, "This is what I'm doing for me, so that I can continue to help you." Because I have
Yeah.
nothing to pour into my people if I'm not pouring into myself.
Yep.
Good.
So the keys to great health, wellness, mindfulness, physical upgrades, and soulful enhancements was a book that I wrote in 2 weeks.
Uh,
And I didn't know
Mhm.
what I was going to do at first, but I figured we need to start giving people like, how do these women know these things? How are they doing these things? Well, these are the people that we watch on YouTube. These are the people that we learn from on Facebook. It could be Facebook. I love this young man called Caesar on Facebook. He has great content, and I'm telling you, he throw these men up under the bus every chance he get, and they give him the damn ammunition.
mhm.
So it's like at me being the age I am, and I say I'm of an age of majority, I realize I am in control of the education I receive. So
Yep.
this is building my own school for my mind, body, and soul, and keeping certain influential people out of it. Because you
Mhm.
notice there are some people I don't never mention. I might do listen to them, but I don't want my people to be caught up with voyeurism, because we
Yeah.
have a tendency to listen to influential people and see the wealth around them and think we want that wealth. And now
Yeah.
we're off the original purpose of the while we're there, which
Right.
is to lift ourselves up into whatever we choose to be and what we want and what our own wealth will look like. So I don't always go to the most influential people. I go to people with the greatest and deepest knowledge that I can. And when I say knowledge, a lot of people say shit that sound good, but how many of them are saying things to you that you can actually utilize within your everyday life or at some point in your life?
Yeah.
And that's
Mhm.
why I told the goddess, I don't want to be up here for 20 years talking to people. No, I'm trying to
Mm.
put out lessons that are valuable to the people enough where they can utilize. So this is a guide for you to build your own cognitive school.
Mm.
Okay. And I am at the top of the list. Yahsinni
Or
University should be at the top of your list, because
yeah.
not only do we teach esoterically, we teach mind, body, and soul. Because
Yeah.
I know I've taught herbalism up here, nutrition. We teach how to avoid some of the pitfalls of the realm. Like today, we talked about the recalled products that a lot of
Yeah.
people aren't aware of. It's just too many. Some
Mm.
people don't have a choice but to use these products because this is what is available to them. They don't know how to create their own products. So I'm not never
That's
you putting you down because you're stuck in the system for now. Because at one point I felt stuck in the system and it takes time to get out of it. So yeah, you're going to use these products. I use these products.
right. Mhm.
And when I get the chance to get my own healthful ingredients,
Mm.
which usually not till springtime because that's when the flowers and stuff that I use and the roots that I use come up. Now I can make my own soaps and herbs and stuff. But in the winter, most of us, if we're in this climate, we're stuck with using what's at the store. So I just wanted to make my people aware that most of the things were, especially the stuff that's for your body, perfumes, hand sanitizers, they were all recalled during the pandemic. So, this is just us keeping our people informed.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, yeah, it's good
Hmm.
information.
Great
Once
information.
again,
Yeah.
So I didn't put the link in, but I showed y'all the videos.
Mhm.
And
right.
it's up to y'all to go, take it to the next step. A lot of people already know what they like to listen to, who they want to hear when it comes to building their mind, body, and soul.
Mhm.
Put that together. That
Mhm.
is your YouTube. Make that part of your curriculum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And don't forget to ground yourself. Like she said, go sleep outside for a
Yeah.
week.
Yes. It's going to be up to 60 in Midwest for us
Hmm.
later this week. So we'll be outside grounding. You
Mm.
want to
Barefoot.
get the grounding. The reason why you want to ground also is because you want the earth to start talking with your body. So when the spring comes up and you need your teas and things, she'll start producing what you and your family needs. So if you
Yeah.
start grounding, the sooner it gets warmer, your bare feet, you're letting the earth know she can pull from your body what you need. Okay, this family needs dandelion. They need clover. They need this in their yard. They need burdock because I had, where I was previously, I had everything, even comfrey.
Come for
So I
you.
would
Huh?
make
Really?
healing stalks out in my yard. I
Uh-huh.
had milkweed. So I had a ton of butterflies and bees and always in my yard. So yeah, th- this is this keys to success and create a relationship with the earth, with the
Yeah.
great mother.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
trees did y'all hug last year?
I
Yeah.
know at least 5.
We got to
Yeah.
give up more hugs.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm not being nasty, but we are the matriarchs. Not only do I need you to sleep outside, get
Hmm.
Yeah.
naked. Let that
Get naked.
sun hit that. I'm gonna keep telling y'all that. Melanated goddesses who know how you can fuel this realm.
Mhm.
Get out them
Mm-mm-mm.
goddamn clothes. Get your ass in a tent and let that sun hit that black radiation. Now y'all
Yes.
got the knowledge. Come on, y'all. Oh, speaking of that, let's go over this real quick before we close out because since our, you know, eclipse is coming up soon,
Yes.
Hmm.
I wanted to go over our spelling words real quick. Magnitude, gratitude, longitude, altitude, latitude, solitude, multitude, attitude,
Hmm.
aptitude, and fortitude.
Boom.
Now, you need to learn, get the definitions for all of these words. Okay? What is your intention for this travel?
Mm.
Be aware of what your intentions are. Where do you want to travel to?
Mm.
Okay? Where do you want to travel? And what is your intention of the travel? And be honest, it could just be curiosity. And curiosity is a good enough reason to travel.
Yeah.
Okay? But just be
Absolutely.
honest what your intentions are. Okay? Because when I go on these jaunts, uh, the travel part is just sometimes I find it hard to come back and deal with humans. That's all I can say. After
Yeah.
you've been traveling like this, it's hard to come back and deal with people. So
Mhm.
Hmm.
when you're dealing in multitude, don't get confused to think that you have to be in frequency with a multitude of people, because a lot of times people, there is no multitude of people who are ready for this kind of travel and journey. So when you think of multitude, think of everything on the realm, the trees, all the animals, the birds. These are the multitudes also. Like I said, these beings have skin in the game. We've taken them for neglect because they don't speak the way we speak. And the person that oppressed us told us that they just animals, the same way they telling them we just animals.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to take us deeper into those realms of being able to traverse.
Mm-hmm.
We want to traverse the realm. And I'm not satisfied with just traversing astral projection. Nah, that
Mm-hmm.
ain't it for me. I like to
Mm-hmm.
travel. I really like to get up and go. So have your coordinates together. What is your intention? Like, because they'll ask you, like, when you got your passport and you go through the thing, they'll be like, well, what is state the purpose of your visit?
But
The same thing, because you're going to give yourself these coordinates. Your
Yes, sir.
body, mind, body, and soul need to know, well, what is the purpose? So that we can all get into,
right.
coordination. We want to be coordinated. So are we all in agreement that while we're traveling?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the eclipse coming up. We've got to get these things together. Remember, we are practicing being divergent beings. We've been colonized and in the flow of their flow long enough. This is our divergent time.
Yeah.
We are going to be the phenomena that the science, we have always been the phenomena that the science say that they don't understand. We don't understand this phenomena. Yeah,
Right.
because we always changing up shit.
Yep.
So,
Right. And they need to understand also while they're looking at one of us that our melanin has to be nurtured. And
Yes.
so everybody is not in full power of the uses of their melanin, right?
no.
Some people have never exercised a lot of things that they physically and mentally should be able to via the melanin. And so while doctors are looking at one person's actions and reactions to certain tests that they scrutinize us with, we some of us are different amongst ourselves, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like some of us have more plutonium than this, and some, our the way it's divvied up within each individual may be different, which will actually create different results for them. That's why they're so bamboozled when they study us. And that's why they've
Oh,
been studying us for so long. I mean, how long have they been studying us?
forever.
Yeah, and they keep coming up with new shit. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why
Because
they
we
ain't gonna
keep
never be done.
transforming. Because we keep transforming into new shit.
Right. Our DNA, they don't understand what
And
we're
that
doing.
is one of the reasons why they poison the realm. They don't understand, like, so right now this is like the worst residual effect of their poisoning
Yes.
of our people. You could see the dilapidated mental state of the men and the women. So the poisoning has been going on long enough to fuck everybody up. But then you have people like us, and they look at me like, how come this bitch ain't dead? We done gave her 2 heart attacks, 16 kids. What the
Mm.
fuck? How come she could have been, because I at some point began to realize I'm a fucking transformer. Every time I went into distress, I don't know how I created the contract that said, I don't know what I did wrong, but I want to continue to stay within this realm. Help me
Mm-hmm.
stay. And it did.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Yep. Yep.
And so people too don't understand that during that time where you think you may be out of here, that we're still the number one decision maker of life and death.
Yeah.
We can stay if we knew that we can. I mean, if you knew that it was a choice, Yeah,
When
maybe
you're
a
in
lot of people who got
distress,
shot wouldn't die, because I
Yeah.
know for a fact that there's a choice that goes on, sort of like the fight or flight mechanism that's innate
Yeah.
within all of us and shit. That mechanism takes place whether we know that that's what it is or not.
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have more than one. We have more than fight or flight too. We also
Yeah,
have what's
absolutely.
called neutral. It's
Yeah.
called neutral. It's where it's the release. It's the term that the Christians love to say. Give it to Jesus. Hand it over to Jesus. Well, I'm not
Yeah.
handing any over to anybody I don't know. But what I am going to do is release whatever
Yes.
stress this is within me now. I
Yeah.
cannot
Mhm.
change it, but
Hmm.
my my resistance and stubbornness is making it change me. I'm changing myself harmfully because I'm not willing to let go of this thing in my mind that says, or that I feel like I have to change it. I have to work it. I have to tweak it. It has to be part of my existence. And sometimes that's where the stress comes in. But when we can let things go and say, what I thought I wanted as part of my existence is doing me more harm than good. Now you
Yeah.
find, because you ever see that you let certain, when you walk away from certain people or you let certain things go, but they say you feel that off your shoulders, that weight
Right.
comes off your shoulders.
Right.
So that's what that is. We have to learn how to detox, and letting go of this system is not in it when you've been in it 50 years, 60 years, 30
Mhm.
years, eating it, drinking it, smoking it, fucking
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
washing up in it. So these are the difficulties, and this takes time to undo. So when
Yeah.
we talk about the keys of good health, we're talking about the people who have already been out here and pre-programmed, that now we're programmed in a way, we're harming ourselves dietarily, nutritionally. We're harming ourselves with the drugs that they legally sell us and tell us, oh, it's just a good time. We're in a realm that doesn't mind servicing you poison.
Yeah.
And then it says, well, the Bible said you're not supposed to do that. But the same realm that the Bible is in is the same realm that serves me the poor. So it's like we're in this catch 22 and we don't realize it.
Yeah.
Um, so for the ladies, one more lesson. Your abdomen is not your abdomen. There's no such thing as that. Once you say ab, once you add ab onto your domain,
Uh-huh.
take away the power of the solar of your domain. Because this is why I don't like chakras, because they always call that area, the abdomen, the lower chakra, because
Yeah.
of the sexual situation. Well, that is the highest chakra. We're basing the chakras and their importance on the caste system of,
Yeah.
but we have to realize we're not in maritime law is caste. If we stay in natural law, we're orbiting. So nobody is over the other person. If you're orbiting, now you're in the ship like this and you're orbiting. So we don't have a ab domain. You have a domain in which the most powerful chakra sits. And it
Mhm.
is the most powerful chakra because all the other chakras cannot do shit without it.
It's true.
Your mind is powerful, yes, but we have to stop letting this realm over sexualize the
Mhm.
life chakra. We think because it's a pussy, it's just for sex. This is your life chakra. It thinks. My uterus, once a baby is placed in my uterus, travels the realm to make contracts so this baby can come out right. It has to travel the realm to make sure it has a contract for the soul to occupy the body.
Yep.
It has to travel to realm to talk to the ancestors whose Genesis codes it's going to use. Bam. on both sides of the family. So not only is my uterus traveling the realm talking to my ancestors, it's talking to the fathers, it's talking to the ancestors of the child's father, because isn't that child going to have a lot of genes from the father? So my uterus is
Mhm.
doing Genesis work.
Right.
That ain't no motherfucking lower chakra. That is the highest calling of them all.
Right.
My uterus does so much work. It is never a lower, there is no such thing as a lower chakra in this body. There is no one, my mind chakra can't be higher than my uterus chakra, because at some point they coincide and get together and say, oh, we about to make this baby.
Yeah.
So how can one be lower than the other? So we have to, and that's why I can't wait for the warmth to come back in and we get back to school and start re-educating ourselves from some of this dichotomy, this garbage.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
because a lot of our education is still based on what they say is important, what they say is scientific and important, what they say is soulfully important, and we know now that's not true.
Not at all.
Right.
Mhm.
So, Goddess, I don't know what you about to get into, but it's 9:23, and
Yeah, I'm good. Go watch a movie.
okay,
I don't want to do no more work today.
okay.
I don't
Well,
want to.
everybody, of the YouTube land, I hope y'all really enjoyed this live and build. We tried not to make it too long. Please be respectful of the knowledge. Subscribe. You know, this is a school worth coming to
Subscribe.
and learning from. We are not selfish with our knowledge, and we spread the love to all channels, because why? We want our people to be elevated. This is not us. We don't have no Jesus complex. We matriarchs over here. We
Yep.
are not
Right.
saviors. We are guides. We are guides to your healing, because you are on this journey. We're guides to your elevation, but that is your journey.
Yep.
Okay. And we just talk about all the people across these platforms because we need them. They are important. And I'm not going to pretend to sit up here, oh, if you just watch my videos, you'll be all right. Hell no. Listen, I need a whole bunch of stuff out here. We've been, you know, there are some things that I can teach that men and women can get into, but there are men that need to be teaching the men
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On some subjects.
on
Yes.
a
Absolutely.
lot of these subjects. That's right. So I can't sit up here and say I'm the end all and be all. We got to do this all together. We really
Yep.
That's
do.
right.
Absolutely, we
And
do.
this was us yet again taking another stab at giving you guys some information, like wherever you're at in your journey.
Right.
Hopefully, we added something to that, and that's all we ever wanted to do anyway. So, like you said, if you appreciate, subscribe, share, like, donate, do what you want to do, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
acknowledge that we are here for you only. That's
Right.
it. There's no other reason we're here today.
And do your
Charbay, you want
homework
to holler
because
before we get out? Both of y'all.
okay.
Alrighty.
I'm just gonna say do your homework because you're gonna want them coordinations when that eclipse happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna
Yeah.
want the coordinations, and you want to be, when that eclipse happens, you want to be clear in your mind what you want to happen for you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
concentrate on nobody but you. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because when you love yourself, you love everybody. Really.
There you go.
And
Mhm.
any plans you are making for yourself, the people you love are going to benefit from it too. So
Yep.
don't include other people in your plans for the eclipse, because you have to
Mhm.
have those coordinates ready by the time the eclipse comes with your intentions.
Mhm.
And you want to practice jumping with those coordinates. Like, where do you want to go? What do you want to explore?
Mhm.
So not only are you going to use them for geological, like where you want to be, You're going to use them for where you want to be mentally in the future, where you want to be soulfully. These are your coordinates to your state of be. This is what I
Mhm.
want to be.
Mhm.
This is who I am. See, I've used these coordinates before. You see what you're seeing on the screen, right? So don't
Mhm.
mess. So when you use these coordinates and you understand what your intention is when you using these coordinates, you have to be mentally prepared, or you'll be like one of the people. Because people, you got to be mentally prepared for what you're asking for. See, I'm
Mhm.
mentally prepared for what I'm asking for, because this is all the fuck I want to do is just
Yeah.
Mhm.
and grow with my people.
Mhm.
You see, so mentally, this is all I want to do. So whenever I take these next steps, I'm usually good to go. But the solar system, the Great Mother sent me down. When she broke that foot last year, she said, "Oh, you need it," and I studied, so I knew I was gonna come back ready.
Ah.
I knew I was gonna come back ready because I ain't had no choice but to sit down, study, create curriculums, finish getting my Indigenous Women's Program applications together. I ain't had nothing to do but work my mind. So
Yep.
yeah,
Mhm. I know it's a terrible thing to waste. So, yeah, we're gonna have to let y'all go. We're gonna let you go. Go work out what Salima just put on y'all today. Okay,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I'll be doing the same. Look up
Food.
some of those websites she told y'all to go
Mhm.
to. Answer some of
Yeah.
those questions that she laid out earlier in the show, and see if you can get on track. This is going to be a great year, 2024. A lot of
Yeah.
unforeseen things will be happening, and y'all got to get your mind right. We're here to help. Okay, and
Yep.
so go back and watch it over if you need those names that she just put out. Otherwise, than that, it's time for me to do my thing. Yeah,
Peace and love.
and love, and we're
Love
out.
y'all.
Yeah. I
We're
love
out
you
of
all.
here.
Okay.